We always talk about our Iman being low or our Iman being high. But how do you actually measure that? Is it about how much you cry in prayer? How much of the Quran do you read? No. Over 1,400 years ago, Angel Jibril came to the Prophet, peace be upon him, in front of the companions. And he asks three questions. One about Islam, one about Iman, one about Ihsan. Think of it like a house with three rooms. Most people think they're at the highest one, but they are completely wrong. Let's figure out which room you're actually in. Room 1, Islam. Islam linguistically means submission. This is the stage of outward action. The 5 signs you're in this room are: 1. You pray, but your prayer is mechanical. You stand, you move, you finish. It's a task. You check it off the list. You get through it. You don't get lost in it. 2. Ramadan is your only spiritual high. When Ramadan comes, you pray more, you're closer, you feel alive. But the moment Eid hits, it fades, and you spend the next 11 months waiting to feel that again. 3. You avoid the big sins, zina, riba, alcohol, but the small stuff, the gossip, the backbiting, the jealousy, those don't even register as problems for you. They've become normal. 4. You haven't actively sought knowledge in a while. When was the last time you sat down and studied something about your deen? 5. Allah feels like a concept, something for a prayer time, not someone you're walking with through your day, not someone you remember when you're alone. He's in the masjid, not for the rest of your life. If 3 or more of those hit, you're in room 1. And there's no shame in that. Every single Muslim started here. But here's the thing. Islam was never meant to be the destination. It's the door. And you were made to go deeper. Room 2. Iman. Iman means true faith. The actions of room 1 have now sunk into your heart. Room 2 feels different. 1, as your prayers have moments. In sujood, in recitation, a tear, a connection. It comes and goes. But it comes. 2. You feel guilt when you sin, not just fear of punishment, real guilt, like you let someone down, like something cracked inside. That feeling, that's your heart telling you it's alive. 3, you seek knowledge on your own. Nobody told you to watch that lecture. Nobody told you to open that book. You did it because something inside you wanted more. You felt the pull. 4, Allah is part of your decision making. When you choose a job, a relationship, a move, you actually think, is this halal? What would Allah want here? Not perfectly every time, but the question is there. 5, your Iman fluctuates and you feel it. After Jummah, you're on top of the world. After a good lecture, you're ready to change everything. But 2 weeks later, you feel yourself slipping. That cycle, with the high and the low, you live it. You know it. If that sounds like you, you're in room 2, that fluctuation you feel. That is not failure. You notice. You feel it. That means Iman is alive in you. But the real question is, can you make it steady? That's where room 3 starts. Room 3, Ihsan. Ihsan means spiritual excellence and beauty. This is what the Prophet, peace be upon him, described as worshipping Allah as if you can see him, and if you can't see him, knowing that he sees you. Room 3 isn't what people think it is. It's not ecstasy in every prayer, not perfection. Here's what it looks like. 1, your prayer anchors you. Maybe not every single time, but prayer is your foundation. When the world gets heavy, that's where you go. It holds you. It grounds you. It's not a burden. It's your safe place. 2, you carry a quiet awareness of Allah. While you eat, while you work, while you talk to someone, there's a presence in the back of your mind. A remembrance that doesn't stop when you say salam. 3, sin bothers you at a level nobody can see. It's not about people's opinions. It's between you and Allah. You hold yourself to a standard that nobody else even knows exists. 4, you serve people without needing credit. You help. You give. You show up. And it's not for the likes, not for the praise. It's instinct. It's who you've become. 5, the dunya feels different. You haven't given up on life. You still work. You still plan. You still enjoy it. But you carry it lighter, less desperate, less panicked, less attached. Like you know that this world is a stop, not the destination. The scholars said Ihsan is something you work toward, not a trophy you collect. Now here's what I need you to hear. Most people watching this video are going to pick room 3 because it sounds the best. The real sign you've reached Ihsan is not that you say, I've reached Ihsan. The real sign is that you still ask, am I doing enough? There's a saying from the scholars, the one who truly has Ihsan is the one who still fears they don't. And the one who thinks they've arrived is usually the one who's just getting started. If you watched this and felt uncomfortable somewhere, that discomfort is a good sign. It means the heart is still awake. So, which room are you in? 1, 2, or 3? Drop your room in the comments. No judgment, just honesty. And if you realize today that your heart is still awake, hit like, subscribe, and share this. And let's keep mapping out this journey together.